Hey, Jim here from K2 Concepts, shooting a video on how to get film on the water without getting bubbles underneath. A lot of times we'll just take and put film on the water. Sometimes the technique has to be worked on, but I've seen a lot of bubbles. I've seen a lot of comments on the forum. These bubbles came out of nowhere. They weren't there before. Bubbles just don't appear. So unless your heating element is on the dipping side of the tank and maybe it's causing bubbles to appear under your film that way, but other than that, they just don't come from nowhere. Alright, so you guys are trapping air. It's a technique problem. However, we can give you guys some training wheels. Went down to Home Depot real quick. This is what we've been playing around with for a while. It's a piece of PVC pipe. You can get it about a 2-foot section. I bought this and a piece of doweling rod. This is a 4-footer. Now the doweling rod won't warp and bend like a piece of ABS plastic or a regular piece of PVC that you guys have laying around the shop. Eventually they're going to warp a little bit and it's going to make it a little bit tougher for it to roll down your tank. So that's why I went with the doweling rod on the larger pieces. But the smaller pieces, especially if you guys have a smaller tank, maybe a 2-footer or whatever, you can get away with a small piece like this. So it really doesn't matter what way you cut your pattern. It can be a 50 centimeter and you can roll it up like this and then use it to get on the water. What we're going to do is we're going to put it on the water and just roll it out. Or you can do it long ways like this. We've seen guys, some of the guys got this concept down. I've also seen guys, well, how's it going to work on bigger pieces? So I'm going to roll it out 2 meters and you're going to see that you're not going to get any bubbles. So anyhow, and you'll also notice that we have a little tape on these. This is just to mark our dams. Okay, so this is kind of how far out we got to be from the edge of the tank where my dam sits. If you've got sliding dams, this works a lot better. If you've got slotted dams, I'm not a big fan of slotted dams, but it can work. It's just a little bit tougher. So let's just get a small, I'm going to do a small, medium, and large piece on the water. A little Corona for the haters. Alright, so, and this will also work if you guys are having humidity problems where your films are starting to curl up because the weather's a little humid outside. You can roll it up like this and make it a lot easier to get it on the water. So what you do is just kind of set it here in the water. Roll it out a little bit to get the pattern started. And just roll out just like that. Then you can close up your dams. Again, sliding dams work a lot better on this. And then you'll see that there are no bubbles. Ta-da! Okay. Alright, we're going to do a little bit larger piece to just wipe off the water off this side. Let's get that out of there. We're going to do a 50 centimeter piece. Now this is 50 centimeters by a full meter long. Normally this would be a little bit tougher to get on the water, especially if you're newer to this, or you're fighting some humidity issues. Like you can see, the film, it's not humid, it's just curling up a little bit. So there you go. little bit thin. Okay. Film's crinkling up on itself a little bit, but it's kind of part of this film. But you can see no bubbles. Okay, and we're going to clean out the tank. And I'm going to do a full meter for you guys. Or 2 meters actually. Okay, obviously you want to make sure there's no bubbles to begin with. This film's about 1/4 inch long, so it's going to hang up a little bit on the top or the bottom as we go. But we're going to work our way from the other side of the tank this time. What I should have done was cut that 1/4 inch off before we started, but be that as it may, if you're by yourself and you're trying to get a large piece of film on the water, rather than modify your tanks, I think this is a little bit easier option. There we go. Some wrinkling, but you're going to have to deal with that, especially when you get in some larger pieces of films. It'll start to expand. You'll be okay. But the bottom line is, now you have a way to get film on the water by yourself, or just in general, especially if you're fighting some humidity issues. I know you guys down in Florida, south of Georgia, back east, got humidity like nobody's business, and it makes it tough to get the film on the water. So again, I think $2 at Home Depot, and I think this was $4. Just roll it up and roll it out. No modifying the tank. It works every time, and you can leave them laying around the shop until you're ready to use them. So that's it. That's basically training wheels for getting your film on the water. So questions, comments, leave them below. Join us on the forum, k2forums.com. You can email me, k2forums@gmail.com. And hope to see you on the forums. Hope you're having a good day dipping. We'll talk to you later.